Hello, welcome to Loving Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. In this video, I will be showing you how to make this beautiful button cowl with the headband on the Addi. In this project, you will need yarn, of course, buttons, scissors, crochet hook, tapestry needle, and some waste yarn. First, we will take one of our waste yarn balls and start the project by weaving back and forth every other needle peg. Start this process with the first black needle on your machine. Alternate a back and forth motion with your yarn around each needle peg as you wind the handle. It's okay to move slowly for this process. When you make it back to your first needle, place your yarn in the tension holder and secure it closed. Wind your waste yarn around 4 to 5 rounds. You're doing great. When you arrive back to the first black needle peg, place remaining waste yarn in the middle and place your project yarn in the space that's right next to the waste yarn and secure it into the tension holder. Be sure to close your tension holder before continuing and set your counter to 0 to begin. Continue to wind for 100 rounds. You can roll up your work so it's not dragging around. Cut the yarn, leaving an 18-inch tail, and place it in the middle. Grab your second waste yarn and place it in the same space as the project yarn. Wind for another 4 to 5 rows. Place remaining yarn in the middle and begin to wind until the project releases from the machine. I usually have my hand under the project while I'm winding it off the machine. Yay, we're doing it! Now we can set the tube with its right side facing and give it a good stretch to set the stitches in place. I'm setting my tube to where my long yarn tail is centered to the left corner. Working from right to left, I will use my crochet hook to slip stitch the end closed. I alternate slip stitches from top stitch to bottom stitch all the way across to the end where the long tail is. Be sure to locate your live stitches along the top and bottom rows. They're the ones we will be slip stitching. Take your time. Make sure to see and catch every top and bottom stitch as you go, so there will be no drop stitches. When you reach the other side, slip stitch onto your tail and make a knot to secure. Release your waste yarn. Flatten out your tube to make sure the stitches are straight and you are able to line up the other side for the slip stitch across. Repeat the slip stitch process and secure with the remaining tail at the end. Release your waste yarn. I'm stretching the fabric to make sure everything is intact. I am folding the tube in half from side to side with the tails on top, lining up the seams evenly. Thread your tapestry needle with the long tail. Meet up your seam edges and begin to seam them together 2/3 of the way down. When you've reached your 2/3 length of the way, secure that space with a knot. Turn to the right side. I'm using the center of the button to line it up with the seam of the tube. Using the same thread from the seam, secure the button onto the tube right above the split. After I secure the first button, I stitch up the seam to put my thread in position to attach the second button. Attach the second button likewise. If you are pleased with your placement of each button, you may secure it with a knot, weave in your ends, and fasten off. Oh snap! I think we did it! Great job! Let's move on to making the headband. Repeat the process from making the cowl. Formula, waist, project waist, for 85 rounds. When you have completed that process, thread your long tail to sew the edges together. Fold your tube in half from bottom to top. Now, interlock the folds together evenly with the long tail thread on the outside layer. Begin to sew the edges together, going through all 4 layers. Be sure to keep all layers even to one another as you sew across. When you get to the end, secure with a knot, tie the 2 tails together, and weave in the ends. I'm just weaving in the ends, and then I'll fasten off. Now, flip your project to the right side. It's okay to pull and stretch it out so the twists can get its shape. And there you have it. Alright, give me some! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Here's a few I've made and the different ways it can be worn.